Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, is a blockbuster released on May 15, 2024. With a budget of $168 million, it has grossed nearly $200 million in ticket sales worldwide. Here is a summary of the main plot of the movie. Please stay tuned. Australia is a radioactive wasteland, and the green place of many mothers is one of the last remaining areas with fresh water and agriculture. Raiders discover the green place while two children, Furiosa and Valkyrie, are picking peaches. Furiosa tries to sabotage their motorcycles, but the raiders capture her as a prize for their leader, Dementis, of the biker horde. Furiosa's mother, Mary, pursues them to the horde's camp, killing all but one of the raiders, who brings Furiosa to Dementis. Furiosa mortally wounds the last raider before he can reveal the green place's location. Mary sneaks into the camp and rescues Furiosa, but Dementis tracks them down. Mary stays back to buy Furiosa time to escape and gives her a peach pit to remember her by, but Furiosa refuses to leave Mary. Dementis forces Furiosa to watch her mother's crucifixion. Haunted by his family's death, he adopts an unwilling Furiosa as his daughter, hoping she will lead him to the green place. Sometime later, Dementis besieges the Citadel, another settlement with fresh water and agriculture. However, the Horde is repelled by the Warboys, the fanatical army of Citadel warlord Immortan Joe. Dementis shifts tactics, employing a Trojan horse strategy to seize Gastown, an oil refinery that supplies the Citadel with gasoline. During peace negotiations, Joe acknowledges Dementis' authority over Gastown and agrees to increase its supplies of food and water in exchange for the Horde's physician and Furiosa, who has a star chart to the green place tattooed on her left arm to guide her home. Afterward, Joe confines Furiosa with his group of wives inside a vault. When Joe's son, Rictus, shows interest in her, Furiosa devises an escape plan. One night, Rictus frees Furiosa from Joe's vault, but she evades him using a wig made from her own hair and disappears. Disguised as a mute teenage boy, Furiosa works her way up the ranks of Joe's men for over a decade. She helps build the War Rig, a heavily armed supply tanker that can withstand raider attacks in the lawless wasteland. She plans to escape by hiding on the rig when Joe sends his top driver, Praetorian Jack, on a supply run. Disillusioned by Dementis' callousness, his lieutenant, the Octoboss, goes rogue and launches an air assault on the rig. His mortarflyers attack the rig's crew and destroy Furiosa's hidden motorcycle, but Furiosa and Jack team up to defeat them. Furiosa attempts to commandeer the rig and drive home, but Jack easily stops her. Recognizing her potential, he offers to train her to escape if she helps him rebuild his crew. Furiosa becomes Jack's second-in-command and is promoted to Praetorian. She and Jack bond and resolve to escape together. They see an opportunity when Joe decides to attack Gastown, which Dementis has mismanaged to near ruin. Joe orders Furiosa and Jack to collect weapons and ammunition from the Bullet Farm, an allied mining facility. However, Dementis ambushes them when they arrive. Furiosa and Jack barely escape, but Furiosa's left arm is injured. Dementis captures them and tortures Jack. Furiosa escapes by severing her own injured arm, sacrificing her star map to get away. A lone man watches from afar as Furiosa struggles back to the Citadel, where she and Joe's aide, the People Eater, form a strategy. Dementis is lured into a trap, and the War Boys defeat the Horde in a 40-day war. Having lost her path home, Furiosa shaves her head again, replaces her arm with a mechanical prosthetic, and pursues the fleeing Dementis. After an extended chase, Furiosa subdues Dementis in the desert. She imprisons Dementis at the Citadel and uses his living body as fertilizer to grow a peach tree from her mother's seed. Joe promotes Furiosa to Imperator and gives her command of a new war rig. She meets Joe's 5 breeder wives in the vault where Joe once held her prisoner. The night before another supply run, the 5 wives hide in Furiosa's rig. Here are some objective reviews and strong emotional reactions after watching this movie. Furiosa is an exhilarating addition to the Mad Max franchise, seamlessly blending intense action, compelling storytelling, and stunning visuals. Director George Miller returns with his signature style, delivering a prequel that not only meets but exceeds the high standards set by Mad Max Fury Road, while also expanding the lore in captivating ways. Anya Taylor-Joy shines in the titular role, bringing both ferocity and depth to Furiosa's character. Her performance is nuanced, capturing the raw survival instinct and emotional complexity of a young woman navigating a brutal post-apocalyptic world. The supporting cast delivers equally impressive performances, adding layers to the narrative and enriching the overall experience. The film's action sequences are nothing short of spectacular. Miller's direction ensures that every chase, fight, and explosion is thrilling, coherent, and impactful. The practical effects and stunts are awe-inspiring, creating a visceral experience that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. Visually, Furiosa is a masterpiece. The cinematography and production design transport audiences to a desolate yet strangely beautiful wasteland, with every frame meticulously crafted to immerse them fully in the world. The score complements the film perfectly, enhancing tension and emotional beats with powerful compositions. Beyond its action-packed exterior, Furiosa offers a compelling story of resilience, rebellion, and redemption. It delves into the origins of one of the franchise's most iconic characters, providing a rich backstory that deeply satisfies fans. The film balances high-octane sequences with moments of genuine character development and emotional resonance. Overall, Furiosa is a triumphant return to the Mad Max universe. It's a must-watch for series fans and a standout action film in its own right, combining breathtaking action, strong performances, and a gripping narrative to create an unforgettable cinematic experience. I wanted to love Furiosa, but I only liked it. Fury Road, a perfect action film, set high expectations, and Furiosa fell short. Although it was enjoyable, it didn't match the brilliance of Fury Road. On the positive side, Furiosa delivers plenty of action. True to the Mad Max series, it offers a spectacle with hot rods, big wheels, diggers, bikes, flying machines, weapons, and unrestrained violence. Explosions, bodies flying, and intense scenes are abundant, reflecting the brutal, authentic Mad Max style. The casting is strong, though there are perhaps too many characters, leaving some underutilized, especially Immortan Joe's followers. Anya Taylor-Joy is good as Furiosa, and Chris Hemsworth clearly enjoys his role. Dementis, a villain reminiscent of Immortan Joe and the Humongous, is compelling with his presence and villainy. A younger, smarter Immortan Joe is also intriguing. Without the obsession over his 5 wives, he is portrayed as a strategic and patient warlord. The film expands the Mad Max universe, offering more insights into the wasteland and its workings. However, Furiosa's visuals are inconsistent. Some scenes match the quality of Fury Road, but others fall short. The color palette is paler, and the cinematography doesn't reach the same standards. Occasionally, the CGI disappoints, making certain sequences less impressive. Unlike Fury Road, which felt almost entirely practical, Furiosa has moments where the CGI feels subpar. The music is often absent or unimpressive. The sweeping scores of Fury Road are missed, leading to less tension in action sequences. The writing and editing also falter. Characters lack depth, and the narrative feels disjointed. Miller's storytelling ambition is evident, but the execution is lacking. The core story is solid but feels empty on screen, with character development often overlooked. The editing lacks the fast cuts that made Fury Road scenes build beautifully. In Furiosa, this results in fewer tense and memorable moments. Overall, I liked Furiosa, but it's not on par with Fury Road. It's a good Mad Max film, but unlikely to receive the same level of Oscar recognition. Furiosa might get a few technical nominations, but probably none for directing or Best Picture. Can this top Fury Road? No. Was that expected? Also no. Following up on a masterpiece like Fury Road is incredibly challenging, and expectations were high. While it didn't meet all of them for me, the movie was very enjoyable. Though the CGI at the beginning felt off, the captivating story and beautiful environment quickly made me forget that. The story is well told via voiceover, which was a pleasant surprise. Anya Taylor-Joy reportedly had only about 30 lines, much less than Tom Hardy in Fury Road. However, her limited dialogue doesn't feel forced or problematic. She speaks when necessary and remains silent when not. Unlike Fury Road, which was packed with action and chase scenes, Furiosa expands on the world's lore, adding depth that, while not essential for Fury Road, is fun to explore. The sets are beautifully made. Though I love Anya Taylor-Joy, she doesn't quite compare to Charlize Theron, who will always be Furiosa to me. However, Anya shines in this movie, and the final chase scene is scintillating. Junkie XL's beautiful music adds a lot to the film. Overall, this movie about the fifth rider of the apocalypse is beautiful, captivating, and I'm glad to have seen it. A pretty good movie with enough action and speed for the most part. It was fun to see the three major settlements from the 2015 Mad Max Saga return. At the beginning, I was a bit concerned about the noticeable green screen effect, but that feeling faded as the movie progressed. However, there is one major downside: the last 20-30 minutes. The pace slowed significantly, making it a bit boring and dragging on. I found myself just waiting for the movie to end. It's unfortunate because this leaves a bad taste after an otherwise pretty good movie. The actors were decent, the script was decent, the action was decent, the green screen was decent, though it could have been better, and the storyline was decent, except for the ending. I feel crazy because so many people are hyping this up, but I was pretty disappointed. Anya Taylor-Joy was the highlight. At times, I was convinced Charlize Theron was dubbing her lines. She was a good match for a younger Furiosa, but she doesn't even appear until halfway through the movie. The story is too long and convoluted, with no sense of time. For instance, Furiosa warns that the Citadel is going to be attacked, but there's no urgency. She has time to heal from an injury, craft weapons, shave her head, and still catch up to the bad guys. There's also a scene suggesting the events overlap with the beginning of Fury Road, which is confusing. Furiosa's motivations, whether to return home or seek revenge, seem contradictory. I didn't really like Chris Hemsworth in this. He wasn't very menacing, unlike the memorable Immortan Joe. Hemsworth's portrayal felt campy, and the fake nose was unnecessary. The editing was off at times, with background actors sped up while others moved at a normal pace, creating a janky, out-of-place claymation effect. Fury Road felt real due to its practical effects, but Furiosa often felt like it was shot in front of a green screen. The CGI dogs were also distracting and looked obviously fake. While I understand the move to avoid harming animals, it just didn't look right. Despite these issues, Anya Taylor-Joy was the best part for me. There are some good action scenes, and the production design looked good. It's not a bad film, but it is a step down from the last. Many approach Furiosa expecting a typical Mad Max movie, but it is fundamentally different. While Fury Road set a high bar, Furiosa distinguishes itself as a different type of action film. It adopts a darker, less vibrant aesthetic, features a different protagonist, and tells a more complex story. However, the CGI is somewhat disappointing, with noticeable digital doubles and green screen effects. Anya Taylor-Joy delivers an outstanding performance, arguably even surpassing Charlize Theron in Fury Road. Chris Hemsworth also shines, bringing both intensity and humor to his role. Despite its flaws, Furiosa is one of the best action movies in recent times and deserves recognition. It's not perfect, but it is certainly a film I love. Whether you want it or not, a comparison with the old movie is inevitable. The first thing that comes to mind is that it drags the story a bit and lacks the flow of its predecessor. The main villain is unconvincing, and I often found myself unsure how to categorize him. He is evil without a clear motive and powerful without convincing greatness, making it hard to know whether to love or hate him. The action scenes are okay, but there are no moments that feel epic. At times, it almost feels repetitive. The main problem might be the script, which seems neglected in favor of numerous action scenes and fancy camera movements. The plot is okay, but it lacks a smarter way of presenting it on screen. Thank you for watching this video with me. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more great videos like this. Goodbye.